everybody, this is Sherry, and I just wanted to show you one of my Tilda frame cards. This was the first time that I have used, I think, any of those frames that I bought from Michael's, and I'm saying this is back when they were $1 in the dollar bin instead of the $1.50 bin. So that tells you how long I've had these frames. So I decided to make a card with it, and I pulled it out, and I was like, I picked out which image I kind of wanted, and then I had two different frames, and I wasn't sure which color I wanted to go with, so I decided on this one. And so that determined what colors I colored my image with. And I colored, it's a Tilda image, and I colored her with my Copics. Then my base card is 150 pound, or excuse me, 150 pound, don't I wish, 110 pound. Oh, I'd like to find some 150 pound cardstock. 110 pound Recollections cardstock. And it's a 6x6 card base. And this is the first time, I was like, wow, the first time I've ever used my Martha Stewart punch around the page. I only have one, and like I've used it for the corners or I've made strips, but I never used the entire thing. And it actually cuts out the center, so it was a little difficult to attach. It's only attached in some of the lower points, like here and here and here, and there's nothing here to attach because it's not quite small enough. So it was a little challenging to make work, but I really wanted to do that and give it a try. And I tell you what, I really found out that I like those Martha Stewart deep edge punches with doing cards like this. And oh, I wish I had more, and I wish they weren't so daggum expensive, let me tell you. And let's see, what else did I use? For my designer paper, I used a pack that the girls got me for Mother's Day last year. It's Colorbach Hootenanny is the name of it. And these are some of the papers that it has in it, and I love the little owls. And so I chose the pink to go with the frame. And then I used Stampin' Up. This is Melon Mambo. And this right here, orange, to match the orange, is Tangerine Tango. And I also did the inside of the card. And I'll bring it up here and you can see the Tangerine Tango. And I don't normally do the inside of the card, but this one needed to be extra sturdy. One, because this frame is kind of heavy. And two, the second thing I'll show you in a minute. Then this is done with my Dynamics Leaf Flourish. And these are the Michael's flowers that they had in the $1.50 bin. This is a dragonfly, and I'll zoom you in here so you can see the flowers. A dragonfly that I had in my stash, and it's like an applique. It was gifted to me. And then up there I put just a little cabochon and some pearls that were in my stash. And then there's the leaf flourish again. I have it on both sides. Let me put that there, and then you can kind of see it a little closer. I love that that's got the glitter on it. They didn't have that many when I picked these up, and man, I wish they had more. And because I've really gotten to like them. Let's see. Then let's see, did I tell you I colored her with my Copics, and I just put a little border around her like a shadow. And I'm going to zoom back out here because to show you what else I did, you have to be able to see the bottom. See how all the other little pieces, you can see through them? Well, you can't see through this one for a reason. And I'm going to flip the card over and I'm going to show you. Ta-da! I used the Tim Holtz small easel die, and I turned it into an easel card. Let me get this flipped up first. I always did it backwards and I had to practice. There we go. There we go. And so there is my card with the easel die. And what I did was I put some pink paper here at the bottom so that you wouldn't see just the plain chipboard. Now from the back it's not a problem, but I didn't want you to see it through this side. And then it just stands up. Well, let me get it right. And it just stands up together. The back and the front stay together, and the easel supports it. And that's why I added the extra layers on the inside of the card. And then what I did was I brought the easel down far enough that the weight was sitting and supported on the easel and not on this one layer of cardstock. So it's supported by the easel. Let me see if I turn it around here, you can see it better. It's supported by the easel and not that layer of cardstock. So it sits up real good. And I was real happy. And then this folds back down, goes flat, and it will go in one of my boxes to be given as a gift. And so it was a lot of fun to do. I loved it. It was the first time I had used this. It's the first time I used one of these frames. Definitely, I think probably the first time I used the color combination pink and orange, I can tell you that. And I love this little butterfly, and I was doing some rearranging, and I got some new furniture for my craft space, and I came across it. It had been kind of just pushed to the bottom, and there it was, and it was like, it was just perfect for the card. And so it's my first time using a dragonfly on one of my cards, so there's a lot of firsts on this one again. It was a lot of fun to do. I hope you like it. So if you have any of these old frames, you know, get them out. You know, if you can, I think if I do it again, another one like this, I would start my card out with probably medium weight chipboard. And I know that sounds a bit drastic, but you know, rather than have to use, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so you know, essentially 6 sheets of cardstock, you know, which has to be the equivalent of lightweight cardstock or lightweight chipboard, I would think. You know, I think it would be better to start off with the chipboard and then just cover it with one piece, and I would have just put my white, and then I wouldn't have had to, you know, do the inside to make it sturdier. And I mean, it looks pretty, I'm not saying that, but you know, for those of us who have limited supplies, you know, you don't want to use 6 sheets of cardstock on one project. So if you use, like, you know, medium weight chipboard, I wouldn't have had to have used as much cardstock. But you know, this was the first one. Excuse me. And I definitely have another frame. I have several of these, but there's a blue one I think that's calling my name next. So I'm gonna give it a try. And this was my first time using my Tim Holtz easel die, so I really like it. I hope you do too. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below letting me know what you're thinking. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.